Welcome back, everyone, to Pineleaf in Mordor, and apparently the cook has set out 3 crates of yak. This is what they eat? Let's see. Not good. The grubs are still wiggling in the crate. Yeah, alright. Well, how about this? This does not looks like the innards or something like that. Yeah. Yep. Wrapped meat wrapped in innards. What? Wait a minute. Haggis? Orcish haggis. Wonderful. And what do we have here? Zao. Yeah. Stew is certainly crunchy. Yeah.
Hi, hi, yi!
Hey, you must have been hungry, Silent One. You put all that down faster than any orc I've ever known. Must be easier without a tongue, huh? What a sense of humor. Nah, not again. Can you hear them? Can you hear them? Oh, those little spiders skittling around in the tower. I found a few of them in the pot earlier, and I'm not going to cook while they're crawling about. Find those little biters and get rid of them. No. Sounds like considering the stuff that you eat, why not add spider to the menu? Really? It makes me wonder about all those spiders I killed earlier. Right? Because now I can get credit for them. Alright, one down. And many more to go. One more of these things and I shall be done. And we can be rid of these brood of Shelob. Alright, as he asked, I defeated many of the spiders. No other snarky comments on that. Too many legs. Well, alright, I'll give you that. That's 8 of them. I only have one more now to do. And looky here. Oh. Hello? Oh, actually, no. That.
Look at all this rubbish! Lugber's goes down, and it takes half of Kirith Ungol with it. Ah, that always was the way of the eye, wasn't it? Well, if I'm to keep serving here, it's got to look more imposing. Not like a rock slide that happened to shape itself into a tower. Darn! Clean some of the debris, Silent One.
Alright. Though that is probably one of the better lines given by an orc in here is the bit about that should look like a tower rather than a rock slide that happened to shape itself into the likeness of one. Well, you heard the exact quote. Let's see where we went. Okay, debris here. And yes, this was right. Silent One's maid cleaning service. With that mess taken care of, I think it's time to speak back with the captain. Well, he'll do the speaking at least.
Hi, put on your thinking cap, will you?
All of them, really now? I'm impressed, Silent One. Turning a new leaf, are you? Well, keep it turned. The top ones want this place to look like it did before Lugber's caved in on itself. But Kirith Ungol and Durthing, we've got to find a way to keep those Tarks out of Mordor. Ah, but it's not just the Tarks, is it?
Oh, is it?
It's the elves, too. One of them, at least. Shagrat's a lying fool. There isn't anything in Mordor worth enough to make a whole garrison draw their blades on each other. Not even the rings. It was an elf all right, and he made it clear he's got no business fighting elves. We've held this tower for years, and Shagrat nearly loses it in one day. Nah, the black pits are too good for him. Ah, but we're going to find him, Silent One. I know just the place to look. Oh, really? Right then. The first place you're going to look for the elf warrior is at Iant Angos. Right. Apparently he doesn't like saying elvish names. If the elf warrior's gotten that far, he's not our problem anymore. Uredani's Gashai will find him. And if he's lucky, he'll end up in Nairband. Next is Fennis Ghost. The gate of the dead city has been sealed recently, but I doubt an elf would have much trouble getting around it. Gothmog's plans in Gondor slipped, and now he's holed up in the dead city. Some dread terror he is. The elf warrior's been to the gate. He's either an Imlad Morgul or he's made it to Athelion, and the high up will have our heads. And lastly, I want you to scout Shelob's lair. That's right. I want you to go to Tuach Ungol. If the elf warrior's not been to the others, maybe he's gone back to finish the job on old Shelob. He stuck a pin in her ladyship like none have before. Nar, but Shelob's had it easy for years. Probably just caught her off guard. Maybe he thinks he'll get lucky, but I don't think she'll make the same mistake twice. When that's all done, come back to me, and we'll try to figure out what you saw. Maybe I'll get you a brush and some paper or something. I'm sure we have some Tark's blood around here somewhere. They use Tark's blood for ink. Yuck! While I'm out here, I might as well speak with Otley Spiderbane. And at least I could talk to him.
What is this message you found?
It speaks of loyalty and infighting and treachery. Bah! I hope you're satisfied with what you learned, for it means nothing to me. This is why I enjoy fighting spiders. There's no intrigue, no complex loyalties. You always know what side you're on with spiders. Well, I suppose so. Now, let's go and search some places for Shelob. Actually, we are searching for the elf warrior. Yeah, I know, they don't know that it's Sam, and that Sam is currently at the fields of Cormallen and all that fun stuff. But I guess we're not going to disabuse the orcs of that impression. The shadow tunnels of Turak Ungol loom before you. Appears to be sealed by rocks and debris. If Shelob still dwells within, it is likely that she has become trapped in the aftermath of Sauron's downfall. Oh, it couldn't have... It couldn't have happened to a worse fighter. Right. Done. Closest I want to get to Shelob's lair, based on what I've heard. Of course, we've been here before, because that's where our milestone is located. The bridge is intact and allows forces from Plingris and Tal's Ururi to swiftly unite. Iadangos is a tremendously valuable and strategic holding of the orcs of Plingris. If it were to come to ruin, the forces of Plingris and Tal's Ururi will be separated almost entirely by the Morgai, save through the passes of Durthang and Lugvarg. Well then, I suppose then we could tuck away some strategic information for others
concerning that matter. The dread gate of Imlad Morgul looms before me. Oh, what a fun place this is. Yes. Open up this gate, and you too can go to Minas Morgul. Now that's a real fun place to go. Beyond this gate lies Imlad Morgul, where Gothmog now hides in fear of King Elessar. If the day comes to set siege to the dead city of Minas Morgul, the bridge from Ithilien into the Vale shall either have to be rebuilt, or the gate of Phoenix Ghost must be thrown down. Which one will we do? Not too sure. I was about to ask if there were any web-covered pages in the area, but I think I just answered my question.
It was then she came to the mountains of shadow, and upon its dark peaks and within its cavernous depths, she felt a grim familiarity. Thus, it is there she has made her home ever since.
Oh, fun. I suppose that the good news is that I don't have to actually say what I found.
As far as you're concerned, I'm the top one.
Well, Silent One, not so skilled at tracking today, are you? For your sake, you'd better hope he tripped into one of her ladyship's tunnels or caught his death in the swamp. The top ones will skin us both if he gets back to the Tark City. I've got my eye on you, Silent One. No more mistakes.
Well, he's blaming me because I couldn't find an elf that's not really an elf, that's really a hobbit who's already safe and out of here, and that I spoke to and did a quest for earlier. Well, maybe I better not tell him that part. Right. I guess I will take... Those two earrings from the old one are identical in stats. Oh well. Doesn't care which one I replace then. What does he want me to do now?
Now that that's settled, we've got another problem. The top ones have their lackey, Belzegar, up in the turret watching all of us, and I don't like it. The Pale Herald sent him here because he thinks Ugrachor didn't set things right with the Shakrat business. Aye, the captain said it right all right, and the Tarks never want to hear it from an Uruk. For some reason, he wants to speak with you about how you escaped the teeth, but I don't think he's quite to the mind to understand your title. Oh well, best to not keep him waiting. Right. Go up to the top of the tower of Kir Ungol, because we know if you want to speak to the person that's at the top of authority, you go to the top of the tower. I notice how the captain decided to use the word Tark to also describe the Black Numenorians, in addition to the Gondorians, since they are talking about those of Numenorian extraction when they call them Tarks. I suppose that does fit, though I'm not too sure the Black Numenorians would appreciate the orcs calling them that.
I will only say this once.
Welcome, Orc. Are you the one known as the Silent One? Ah, very good. I am Belgazar, one of the many emissaries of Hrothgar the Pale Herald. Captain Roglarg has asked that he and his garrison be sent elsewhere, but it shall not be so. It is my duty to see that Cirith Ungol remains in the hands of Mordor, and the demands of a single Uruk will not impede it. Although it is indeed curious that you escaped alive, I did not ask you here to learn how you fled the teeth. I am not as simple of mind as Roglark perceives. You shall deliver his message to him by whatever means you have. Cirith Ungol
is to remain guarded against the foes of Mordor. Gothmog will not repel them from Imlad Morgul, so an attack from the west remains anticipated. Ungwerti, or Shelob as the Orcish tongue calls it, must be kept sated in Tirith Ungol. She remains a threat to the leaders of Mordor. Sacrifice as many orcs as necessary to keep her from venturing out of her lair. I am aware that you cannot speak, and perhaps that will spare you Roglard's wrath. I am wise enough to not deliver such a message myself. You may go now, orc. Do as I bid. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. This should be a fun message to deliver.
Hi! Put on your thinking cap, will you?
That's a strange thing to come from an orc.
What the Tark have to say? Oh, those Tarks. And who's going to hold the tower, you ask? The Uruks. It's always the Uruks. Well, if that's how it's going to be, we need to get her ladyship's little biters off our backs. I think old Shelob's gotten just a bit too hungry.
Well then, what are we going to do about that, I wonder?
Nar, we can't go on like this.
We haven't sent Shelob anything since Lugbar's fell, and I think her ladyship's gotten a bit spoiled.
Either that, or she's in a foul mood from whatever the elf warrior did to her.
When her ladyship is hungry, there's only one thing for it. The garrison's going to have to get by with a few less orcs, or we'll be in it in the pot.
Gather up 8 orcs and make it quick.
We'd best get this over with. All right, fine. 8 orcs. Yeah, I wonder. Hey! Well, actually, no, I can't yell. That's right, because I am the Silent One. But I have to somehow signal to these guys that it's time to become a sacrifice to Shelob. Yay! How do you like that? That sounds like a wonderful thing to become. Oh, I get to finally wake up this orc, don't I? Yep, for sleeping on the job, you get to be a sacrifice to Shelob. Yes, for just sitting there, you get to be a sacrifice to Shelob. You get to be sacrificed. You get to be sacrificed. You get to be sacrificed. Everybody gets to be sacrificed to Shelob. I do wonder why 2 of those orcs are cheering, considering what's about to happen to them.
Well, that lot...
Got nothing to say?
You really know how to rub it in, don't you?
Well, that lot ought to do. Sorry business this, but it has to be done.
All right.
All right, Silent One. Her ladyship will be pleased. Or she had better be. Between her spiders and that elf warrior, I can't spare another orc. We'll lead them up to the hill of her lair, and we'll make sure none of them get any ideas about running away. You know how it goes, don't you? We get them up there, send a few into Torchungel, and have them make some noise. That riles her up right quick. If they're lucky, she'll eat them right away. Otherwise, they'll get her venom in them as almost feel sorry for them, spending the rest of your days hanging about her lair until she finally decides to eat you. Nah, that's no way to go. Well, let's get on with it. Oh boy. Maybe, but we'll have to save that for the next episode of Pineleaf in Mordor.